we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten, and we're off in week 4. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Throwing to start here is Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Again, it's Achane. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The Dolphins hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, you talk about this Jets defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left.
Let's go.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And nothing but daylight ahead. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Well, it's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. And then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right back to Achane on second down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 3rd and 8.
Back at the 24-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Miami Dolphins. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Now Tua. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. All right, he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Achane is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Turbo one, high.
They'll run it. Achane with it. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start the drive here with an end around. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. You talk about this Miami defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice, because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he will take it in for Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. What a nonchalantly to throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. Ethan Evans on down to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Third down and 13.
Hey, 21, T8.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down.
Ready.
They'll go. Achane. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
On first down, Tagovailoa. He'll dump this off to Achane. Into space at the 45. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
All right, come on. Turbo 2, ice jab, turbo 1.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready.
2nd down and a yard.
All right, fellas, listen up. Watson, Oscar. Watson, Oscar. Get on.
Tua sets up to pass it. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Joseph connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw is Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. There's Hall bringing in another one. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The Jets on the move. Couple of big plays back-to-back.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll get that one complete to counter. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
44, ready. Ready.
Running right, here's Achane. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 52 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, back to Achane. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 2nd and 7. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10.
Solo left Zion.
Achane here, they stay on the ground. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Joseph's got it, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Up the middle, Achane. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
39-yard attempt.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Now a 2nd and 10.
26.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Hall again. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
A gain of 15. First down, Jets.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ballgame.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were in this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance. And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to take over here up near the 40.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, Paul. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. And again, it's Rodgers. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins 16. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Rodgers and the Jet offense staying out there. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and he'll come up empty on the try for 2. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
In motion, Hill. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Double one hard.
In motion goes the tight end. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Two and now on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
21G, 21G.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Jets are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
They'll take over at 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory. He's got a man, complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a run from Achane. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Come on, 2.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
Right back to Achane on second down. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, 21 TN. Watch it, Oscar.
Here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 65 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Now a running play here with Lamb. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Incomplete. 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On first down, right back to Hall. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
In motion left is Wilson. Slot man moves right.
They'll go again with Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Rodgers with a keeper. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Jets have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. The extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Dolphins 23.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Turbo 3, kick. Yeah.
Tua going to throw. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Hey, let's go.
Here's Tua. On the handoff, it's Achane. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now Tua going to change the play. Tua. This is caught by Waddle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Right.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Solo left Zion.
Tua. Another catch there for Waddle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Throwing Tua. That'll be caught by Hill. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And with
time a factor here late. He'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25.
Here's 1st and 10.
Rodgers to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
26. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it.
To throw is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they have to get the midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
This is 1st and 10.
26.
Now Rodgers, forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
And his kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You think back to halftime, they were close to being written off. They faced the deficit, and now here's we begin overtime. They're one drive away from a comeback victory.
Think about where they started and how far they've come back from. And look, you and I both know that when we talk with coaches, most of the time they don't say that momentum is something that factors into how they coach a ball game, because they say each game is its own entity. But within a game, I think they all believe in momentum, and they certainly have it going in their direction right now.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Rodgers' throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they said it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 24. 120 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And they're going with some extra beef up front. They've got to have this one in overtime. It's 3rd and 1. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. run with Hall. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Off to Wilson it goes on the end around. And that would cover beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the timeout comes here. And the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And we're going to get whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the extra session. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And he missed it. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime. They have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare time.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter. And if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for it? The opportunity to win it